I will take you back to the 80s, at the end of the 80s, and we will meet a special lady from this era, DT200R, a motorcycle that came in our life when Yamaha was in a zenith as a brand. With a FZR 1000, with a TZR 250, with all those bikes. One of those bikes of that era was DT200R. Of course, the story of DT, starting from the 60s as DT1, is continued to the 70s, is going back to the 80s, early 80s, with air-cooled motorcycles, then with a liquid-cooled 125 cubics, then with a 125R, and then finally with this lovely motorcycle. Of course, the story continues with DT200WR and DT230 Lanza, but this is another story. Today, this is our story. So, let's start our lovely fairy tale of 80s. First of all, this motorcycle original color is white and red, blue and yellow, black and yellow. This is of course the original plastics, but the owner liked it a little bit different. So we got this gray color that is from our era, and we got these blue stripes and the blue cover here. Except those, we have a few more things that are not original, of course. We start with this, that this is the exhaust, that is not original. The back footrests, that they are not original. Normally it's typical trial bike and footrests, good for both of the riders. The color in the footrest of the rider must be black, not white. And what else? Also, here the brake is not the original, it's better than the original, and it's by Brembo. And the flashlights are not the original. But we consider that this bike is original enough. Most of the fails are in the color, nothing specially. So, what we got in this motorcycle? First of all, I have to tell you that all those trial bikes of the 80s are mostly for dirt. If we are going back to the 80s, and we see all the bikes, 2-stroke, 4-stroke, XT, DR, KLR, TSR, DT, KMX, KDX, all the bikes of that era mostly are made for dirt, and they are closest to the play bikes. So what we got? We got a legal for the street bike, that is enduro anyway. And if you will change few simple things like the springs in the fork, the spring back in the back adjuster, and the tires and the exhaust, then you have a motorcycle that you can do a local championship with it. So what we got? we got a saddle that is enough for 2 persons, so that means that you can make a small travel with that bike. I can tell you that for sure because I have do it. I was own at 91 I was own a DT200. We got this handle that this is very important and it's a typical for enduro bikes, because with that handle you move the bike from the one side to the other, so you are passing from special paths. You got also a place to put your tools, okay? You got a clock that is the typical clock that is existing even till today from Yamaha, with a RPM counter and with a kilometer counter and the blink for the oil, because this bike is taking the oil inside the engine, you don't put it in the fuels. Now, position of riding, of course single stand on only, and position of riding, lovely. Even if you are going up like enduro style, then everything it's okay. I won't tell to Georgia to come because there is no footrest for her, so it's okay. Now you take your leg front, you can do it nicely. It's a nice bike 100% for the dirt. In our bike that we are ride here, the back adjuster is not good, so you can see it's just the spring, so we don't press it enough in the dirt, because you understand it. So lights, officially we have, unofficially we don't have. Horn, officially we have, unofficially we don't have. But as I told you before, this is street legal enduro bike.
Okay, we are kicking, yeah. Yes, and sounds nice. The gearbox now, it's nice and lovely. We are a little bit outside of the city and we change directions. Very easy, and we are braking. The pumps are not the original, are better, and the braking is nice. The bike is moving nice, cornering nice. We are feeling nice and we are happy because we ride this two-stroke bike.
Okay, what we got? The big difference with a model before it, the LC, is that we got here 2 radiators, one by each side. We got a 2-stroke single engine that is 195 cubics and produce 33 horses at 8,500 RPM, that they are many for that season. They are more than IT200 of Yamaha, and they are close, for example, to XT550. So that means that they are a lot of power for that season. We got 23.5 Nm at 7,500 RPM, and we got a motorcycle that is 108 kilos dry. Now, we got a typical 2-stroke bike that here we got a reed valve that is something like this, and the fuels are passing inside and they cannot going back because the reed is closing. And second, here we got the UPVS system, that it's a valve, Yamaha power valve system, that is try to keep the fuels inside and burn it, because the problem of the 2-stroke motorcycle was those years that you take inside the fuels, the oil and etc., and then the bike is not burned and is going out from the exhaust. So with those two systems, the reed valve and the Yamaha power valve system is tried to keep as more possible fuel inside the cylinder and produce as more power. Brakes. We got original brake pistons. We got a single piston front, single piston back, that we got a cover, a plastic in a front brake and a metal in a back brake. Both of those covers are original. The thing that is not original in this bike is the pumps, that they are made by Brembo and they are not the original of the bike. So that means that this bike is braking much better than I remember the braking of DT200. That means that the brakes are a little bit hard for the dirt, but it's much better for a legal move on streets. So, lovely, you don't need more. Quality, of course this is a bike that is restored, so everything looks brand new, but I know the quality of DT because, as I told you, I used to have one. The quality of DT is not bad, it's not perfect, it's not bad. So let's say that it's a positive level of quality. About the engine, mine personally, before I do the big service, it takes me 36,000 kilometers. Then the second big service, the next guy who bought it from me, do it at 90,000 kilometers. So I think that it's okay. Also it's a two-stroke engine that you change a piston and the O-ring and everything is new. Now, the bodywork, I mean the plastics, if you will see it from inside, they are destroyed by the sun, but this is very normally because this is just a plastic and we are so many decades after. So I consider that this bike, for the purpose that is made, it's fine. This is a lovely bike for the dirt. You can do everything you like, but it's a little bit old. But we love this old two-stroke bike. Finally, Georgia, what we got? We got a bike back from the end of the 80s that is ideal for the dirt. For sure you are going faster in dirt than any dual purpose and rally bike of our days. For sure you move faster on the dirt than, for example, an CRL 300 or KLX or something like that. For sure you are moving much faster on the dirt with that bike. Of course it's an old bike and you cannot press it a lot, but by the other hand it's a two-stroke bike, so that means that it's very trustful and easy to fix it if you destroy it. Change a piston and a ring and that's it. So it's okay. Also it's very beautiful and it's street legal. So you are moving every day also with that bike. The Kickstarter, it's 200 cubics, it's nothing. It's okay. Of course the light also, it's also nothing. But this is the era. So, Georgia, and you can do also wheelings. Georgia, what is your opinion?
My opinion is that I love and hate some things about this bike because I had a DT200R that I sold it because I couldn't start it in the morning and I didn't like the oil. That's the only things I didn't like. Also I couldn't ride it at night because it was not good, the light. Come on, Georgia, we live in the 80s, it wasn't a problem, the lights. Anyway, so. Okay, the other, I love the sound, I love the position of riding, I love the feeling that you want to go fast with this bike. I love everything else. You like the weight? Of course I like the weight, because it doesn't feel anything. There is many things between the two-stroke bike and the four-stroke bike, but everything, all of these things are finishing in one thing. Two strokes are lighter than four strokes. That's it. So, because I like it so much, this bike, and this is normal because I used to have one, I will tell you now something very philosophical. Πίσω στο χωριό
που τα μηχανάκια διέπονται από την αμαρτία των 2 χρόνων, η φιλοσόφηση της ταχύτητας δεδομένης μιας διαστρεβλωμένης εκκίνησης από το παράνομο γίγνεσθε μιας δίχρονης σχέσης μεταξύ 1, 2, 3 ή 4 κυλίδρων, καθίσταται σαφές ότι το δίχρονο καλύτερο του τετράχρονου est. Αλεξανδρόγιαννης. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that we will make also a video in a Greek language, but with English subtitles, about the story of DT. So watch that also. Please watch our videos, we have thousands of them, and follow our channel because we love motorcycles and come and live this feeling of motorcycle with us. So this is Georgia.
And this is Ioannis
for KOKKINA FEGARIA Motorcycle Rock Show. Thanks for watching us. Real life reviews πρέπει να πεις, Γεωργία, τώρα.
Real life reviews.
Πω, τσουτσούριασα.
Ναι.